Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the FX-Integrator onto your charts. Now at this point I presume that you've already downloaded the software through the installation wizard and you've placed your license into the correct file. If you've done that, we need to go to our trading station, our MT4 platform, and before we place the integrator onto a new chart, we're just going to go through a little procedure. We're going to click Tools at the top here, and we're going to click Options, and then we're going to click the Expert Advisor option in the middle, and we're going to make sure that we have 4 ticks, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we must make sure that we do not have ticks in these two. Ask manual confirmation, confirm, DLL call function. If you have a tick in these two, the FX-Integrator will not work. So okay. Now what we're going to do is open a new chart, and we'll pick the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now we're going to go to a 5-minute time frame because that's what the default settings are, and I'm just going to remove that grid, and I'm going to click this button here, Shift Chart. Now you might not be able to see this on the video, but there's a little arrow pointing downwards. If I can just hover over there, left click with my mouse and drag. I'm just dragging it out of the way. Reason is I need this part here for the writing about our account settings and our performance. So also there, just remember, I'm just going to click a candlestick chart. There we go. So we're now ready. Now we go to our navigator tab just here. Left click. Then we go to our expert advisors and click on the FX-Integrator. Drag it into the chart. And there we go. Now we'll just go to the common tab first. And we'll see, because we've already preset these, the ticks are in the right place. And again, I'll say, if the integrator's not working for any reason, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you haven't got a tick there, or just make sure that that has got the green, that's turned on, which I'll cover in a moment. Next we're going to go to the Inputs tab. Now when you first see this, you'll probably be a little bit bamboozled by the amount of different options and settings that we have here. Don't be, because all you need to do is to click OK. Because of the default settings, the software will start working. It's only when you become familiar with the FX-Integrator that you might want to change 1 or 2 of the settings. But we'll just go through them in outline. But each one of these different settings has its own video and manual that you can read up on or watch. So first of all, the EA number, that's the EA number for the individual chart that you run in the EA. If you can't run the same EA number on different charts, so all you need to do is just click that with your mouse and just change that. That'll do. This is the plugin that we're currently running. If you want to change that, you'll just click load, and whatever presets you've got in, like here in here, so we've got a bounce back, and we've got a, see if I just click the bounce back, that's loaded in there now. Go back to the G3. These are the rules of the actual system. This is telling the software when to buy, when to sell, and the stop losses, and a few other bits and pieces which we'll cover in later videos. You don't need to worry about that at this stage. Next we'll go on to the default lot size and slippage. Again, you don't have to do anything with them, just leave them as they are. And then we've got some different parameters that we can change as and when we become comfortable and we've read the manuals and watched the videos. We've got the blocks, we've got the sessions, and we've got start and finish times and what percentages we want to risk and our targets, how many blocks per session, and then we've got the account parameters, and we've got some controls here when if we want to pause the EAA. If we're not going to be at the computer and we want to pause EA because some data being released, which there is in the next few hours, we could use that setting. Now it's set as a default 1, but all you need to do is change the date and time and for how many minutes you want it to pause. And lastly, the license key. This is where you'll see your own personal license. So that's it now. We don't have to change any of these settings. We just click OK. And there we go. Just move that. The integrator is now running on your MT4 platform. And what it's going to do with this particular what we call plugin, it's going to all it's going to detect the direction of the trend, and then it will start placing some orders. Up here, what we've got is account and equity, and the settings for our blocks, percentage and targets, and what we're prepared to risk. So that's all the details you need to know there. When it does place a trade, this part here, what it does, it works out, it takes the amount you're prepared to risk per trade, and it's normally set at less than 0.5% per trade. It takes that amount and it divides that into whatever your stop loss is. So if your stop loss is 10, it divides it by 10 pips, and it works out a value per pip. So you don't have to work out any of that, it does it all for you. So whatever currency pair you're trading, it'll calculate the value of a pip for you and place the trade within the limits that you've set on your amounts that you're prepared to risk per trade. Like I say, normally 0.5%. You'll see here that we've got one running at the moment on the Euro USD 5 minute, and we've got all the account details there. Okay, so that's how to get the FX-Integrator running for the first time. I highly recommend that you run it on a demo account to start with until you get familiar with the procedure of the settings and everything else, and when you're happy then move on to live charts. Okay, I look forward to talking to you in the next video.